Most people think getting a job in cybersecurity means applying to hundreds and thousands of companies, getting rejection after rejection, and getting no replies from recruiters. But what if I told you that that is not the way most of the people are landing cybersecurity jobs right now? In fact, I've seen people breaking into cybersecurity without any mass applications. I myself have landed multiple cybersecurity job offers with less than 50 cybersecurity job applications. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. Hi everyone, my name is Meera Tamboli. I work in cybersecurity in the UK and I help beginners kickstart their cybersecurity careers. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to check it out and also follow me to see any further videos. In this video, I'm going to break down everything. I do lots of mentoring calls, and during these mentoring calls, I have conversations with a lot of people, beginners, career switchers, people who've just done their bachelor's, and I'll tell you how some of them actually end up landing jobs. Something that stood out to me during these mentoring sessions is that the people who actually apply the most are not the ones who end up getting a job offer. Let's first talk about the most common mistake. People think that the more jobs they apply to, the higher chances they have of getting a job offer. They go over to LinkedIn, click the easy apply button, apply to 10 or 20 jobs in a day, go to bed at night feeling satisfied and thinking, oh wow, I've applied to 20 jobs today. But what matters is the quality behind those applications. When it comes to job applications, quality is always greater than quantity. There is no point if you are finding shortcuts and just applying to job after job without even understanding the job description, without tailoring your CV, without filling in all your details and just clicking easy apply button. After you apply for the job, you're going to feel satisfied that I've applied to a job. But what is the outcome of that? It is not going to result in something good. I would much rather suggest you to just apply to 1 or 2 jobs in a day, but spend hours trying to apply to those jobs. That is exactly what I used to do when I was trying to find a job in cybersecurity. I would spend a lot of time understanding the company, the job description, taking my CV, tailoring my CV based on what they've asked in the job description, finding out about who works in that company, reaching out to them on LinkedIn, trying to get a referral, waiting for a day or two, following back, following up with them again. If I get a referral, I would apply with the referral. If I'm not able to get a referral, I would still straight away apply for the job. And then I would track all these things that I'm doing in an Excel sheet to keep things organized. I would always give importance to quality of the applications over the quantity. And that is what made all of the difference. Most of the times, just like how you as a candidate are bulk applying to multiple jobs, similarly, recruiters are bulk rejecting you when you apply for those jobs. And this is because your CV looks the same as everyone else. Same skills, same certification, same kind of description. So recruiters are not really rejecting you because you're bad. They are just rejecting you because you're just like anyone else. One thing that I see a lot with people trying to break into cybersecurity, especially penetration testing, is that they spend a lot of time watching tutorials and collecting certifications, but they still don't feel confident to do the actual hands-on work. And that's honestly because the hardest part is not learning the fundamental concepts. It's about getting the real hands-on practice in a safe environment where you can break things, test things, and actually learn how attacks work step by step. That's why I've been checking out the updated Junior Penetration Tester path from TryHackMe recently. They've refreshed a lot of the content around areas like web security, Active Directory, privilege escalation, and practical pen testing labs. What I like about it is that it feels structured for beginners without being overly theoretical. Instead of just reading about attacks, you are actually working through guided scenarios directly in the browser, which is much closer to how people actually learn technical skills effectively. For example, even inside one of the routes, you're not just reading definitions, you're actually interacting with tasks, investigating things yourself, answering questions, and following the same kind of step-by-step thinking process you would use during a real security work. I think that practical element makes learning way less intimidating for beginners. I also think platforms like this are useful because employers increasingly care about whether you can solve problems practically, not just whether you've memorized all the concepts for an exam. The nice thing is you can actually start learning on TryHackMe for free. And then if you want access to all the learning paths, labs, certification discounts, you can upgrade to premium. So if you are trying to build foundational offensive security skills or you've been unsure where to actually start, it's definitely worth exploring alongside your other learning resources. And if you do want to try the premium version, don't forget to use my code MeeraJPT for a 25% discount off the annual plan through the link in the description below. The people who actually get hired faster do these 3 things differently. Number one, they focus on their visibility. Every single HR or recruiter in 2026 is going to go and visit your LinkedIn profile. They're going to check you out. If you don't have a profile, or if you have a profile and it is almost dead and non-existent, chances are we are not going to be super impressed with you. Whereas if you're someone who has an active LinkedIn profile, you're active in the community, you've been doing a lot of things, that is going to make a good impression in the eyes of the recruiter, and that is going to help you stand out. Number two, proof of your skills. Getting certification after certification is no longer enough. And I talk a lot about it. And the more I talk, it's still lesser. Because just stacking certifications won't do anything. Because everyone in the industry now knows hands-on practice is so much greater than any theoretical certifications you get. So focus on building the proof of your skills. When you get a certification, it just says, I have got a certification. I learned a bunch of things and I passed the exam, so I have a certification. But if you solve multiple labs for winner CTF competition, or you're able to find a bug during bug bounty, or you've set up your whole portfolio of different labs, that is the proof of your skill, because you have not just learned theoretical stuff. It shows the recruiter or the hiring manager that you really know how to do things. Number three, making direct connections. Now, this is an important part, making connections. Most of the people I saw actually landing a job in cybersecurity were not the ones who were super smart and genius, had thousands of labs. Instead, they were the people who had direct connections with someone. And when I mean direct connections, I don't mean that you need to have a relative or an uncle working at a company. Instead, it's the person who actually knows a recruiter or someone on the inside. And the difference was, these set of people who actually landed the job are not the ones who will just message a recruiter on LinkedIn saying, do you have a job? Can you give me this job? Can you help me out? My CV is good for this role. It's not that. They actually know the person. So they have taken the efforts to connect with this person on LinkedIn beforehand, not when they are applying for their job. They already have this person in their LinkedIn connections. The recruiting manager has already been seeing their activity and their posts on LinkedIn and the things they do. These people have taken the efforts to go to cybersecurity conferences, networking events, and actually talk to the people, not with the greed of being able to get a referral, but genuine connection, actually trying to talk to them and connect to them. Having people on the inside who really give you a referral. Now, there are two things when it comes to referrals. Number one, somebody is just going to send you a referral link. So if you message me saying, do I have an opening in my company? I would just send you a link from my company's portal. You would fill that area with a referral and submit it. Number two, that is the real gold mine. That is when I am not just giving you a referral link from my portal for formality. I am genuinely recommending your mail. So I am giving you that link, but I am myself going to my manager or my manager's manager or the HRT telling them, I know this person, he or she is really, really good. You have to take them. I've sent them a link, they've applied to it. Make sure to check their job application. That is a real referral. Referral doesn't just mean someone who's sending you a link from their company site and then you apply to it. A real referral is useful and golden when the person can vouch for you. When they can genuinely go to someone and talk about you to them and say, you need to hire this person. They are amazing at what you do. And this genuine referral doesn't come automatically. It will only come if that person really knows you and cares about you getting a job. So the more people you know, not just the sake of knowing, but actually they know what you do and your work and you have a good connection with them, that is what is going to make all the difference. And that is the biggest thing I have observed in the people who are landing cybersecurity jobs right now. I have seen people with 0 years of work experience, no relative or someone on the inside, as many labs as you would imagine them to have. They're not some super genius experts. Even then, they have landed cybersecurity roles. And this is what has made a difference. Knowing people on the inside who can really help you and vouch for you. And to do all these things, you need to show up at places. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to go to events and conferences. You have to take the efforts to do small talk and to know people. And number 4, you shouldn't be scared to put yourself out there. So the final takeaway of this video, if you're still watching, is that if you feel stuck and you feel like you're trying and applying but not getting back anything, it is because you have probably not implemented the strategies I spoke about in this video. If you make a note of everything we've spoken so far in this video and try to start implementing those, all of them, if I should actually advise, but at least some of them to begin with, you will start seeing a drastic difference when you apply to jobs. I always say this, it is not about what you know, it is about who knows what you know. And that matters the most in the era of AI. So many things going on. Because the goal in 2026 cybersecurity hiring is not just to bulk apply to thousands of places, but instead it is to become visible enough that these cybersecurity opportunities actually come to you, land in your ear. That should be your target, where hiring managers are finding your account and messaging you with job opportunities. That is something we should aim for. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and comment down and let me know your thoughts about this. Also, let me know how many cybersecurity jobs have you applied for so far. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you next time.